Hello friend, I want to tell you about the BMW E46 car. It is still a very popular model in Europe, although a dozen or so years have passed since the end of production. It is not a big mistake to say that the BMW 3 Series E46 is the last such simple and cheap to maintain car of this brand, and the prices of used copies encourage purchase. Before buying a BMW 3 Series E46, it is worth bearing in mind a few things. First, it is not a full-fledged middle-class car. While it drives as befits the D segment, and under the hood we will find engines appropriate for the class, the dimensions may disappoint. You can sit quite comfortably, but the sedan's trunk has a capacity of only 440 L, and the estate is even smaller. It is also flat, so it is worth having a net separating this space from the cabin. It is certainly not a family car for long trips. It is also not a car that is cheap to maintain, although for a BMW it is. Parts prices are affordable, but it is worth relying on good quality replacements and entrusting engine interventions to people who know the subject well. Unfortunately, it is not a failure-free car either. You will have the most problems with diesels, which were very popular a few years ago. The 2-liter 150 horsepower E46 engine is a durable design, but it has emergency intake manifold flaps, a fragile timing drive, common rail injectors prone to failure, and a dual-mass flywheel. The BMW powered by this engine is designated 320D. Not as dynamic and economical, but cheaper to repair will be a diesel of similar capacity in the 318D model. This is an older design based on a traditional injection pump and devoid of some conveniences that increase repair costs. Unfortunately, it only develops 115 horsepower, 318D, or 136 horsepower, 320D, and may not satisfy the user of this brand's car. Many people recommend the 3.0 unit, which found its way under the hood of the BMW 330D. This is a very durable M57 engine that rarely breaks down. However, due to wear and tear, you can expect a failure of the injection system, 6 injectors, or supercharging. Unfortunately, it is often combined with the General Motors automatic transmission and contributes to its failure, all because of the torque of 390 nanometers. Due to the high mileage and rising maintenance costs of diesels, petrol versions are becoming increasingly popular. Unfortunately, they are a minority and are significantly more expensive. Although the smallest engines have a capacity of 1.6-1.8 L, they are not often encountered. In fact, the petrol range is opened by a 2-liter engine in the 318i model. This is a 4-cylinder engine with an output of 143 horsepower, which provides average performance, but apart from ignition system failures, it is practically failure-free. The most recommended engines are 6 cylinders, and the best one is considered to be the one installed under the hood of the 328i model. 193 horsepower and a little over 7 seconds to 100 are parameters worthy of BMW. On the other hand, the very durable and reliable 2.2 unit powering the 320i model is a good, more powerful alternative to the aforementioned 2.0 engine. What should you expect when buying a BMW 3 Series of this generation? Certainly corrosion, which cannot be combated, but is worth stopping. Before buying, it is a good idea to check the rear subframe, the mounting of which cracks in models before the facelift, 2001. This can also happen in new cars. It is possible to repair it, but it is better to buy a car without this condition. It is also worth mentioning the 4-wheel drive, which appeared in the 3 Series E46. This is a fairly simple design, but it increases the costs of potential repairs, especially since it is not durable, and although it works properly, for fans of the brand, the presence of this drive is more of a disadvantage than an advantage. 4-wheel drive is available in the following models: 325xi, 330xi, 330xD. Common BMW 3 Series E46 faults: corrosion, equipment electrical failures, body leaks in the coupe and cabrio versions, ignition system failures, usually coils. In the 2.0 R4 petrol engine, 143 horsepower, cooling system failures in R6 petrol engines, failure of flaps in the intake system in the 320 diesel engine, 150 horsepower, injection system failures in all diesel engines, breaking rear springs, cracked rear suspension mounts, premature failures of GM automatic transmissions combined with diesel engines, oil leaks from the rear differential. What to look for: well-maintained petrol versions from the 318i, 143 horsepower, upwards after the facelift. Also, M3 as an investment. What to avoid: diesels with mileage over 300 kilometers and GM automatic. I don't recommend the four-wheel drive version. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.